is basically how I'm going to be going about doing this video. So first off, I'm going to be discussing the hardware, then of course we're going to talk about sound quality, and finally I'll get to the application that comes with this product along with the awesome features that are discussed in the app. So let's go ahead and start right up. So these are the things that come inside of the box. We have the nice little instruction manual right here. We have this circular, more or less, instruction manual with a bunch of warranty information, and then up there we have our wiring. Now, this is pretty amazing, not just because that it comes in neon green is great and all, but because it's flat wiring, which means if you crumple it up and shove it in a suitcase or whatnot, then of course you can easily untangle it in seconds because of its awesome flat wiring. Then another amazing factor about this is the fact that it comes with a power brick. This is one of the first Bluetooth speakers I've seen actually come with a power brick on its own. Most of them you just have to plug into your laptop or your own little thing. But that is extremely useful since it won't take up space or anything like that. Not literally take up space, but say you have an iPhone and you have a power brick on top and then on the bottom, and then you can only charge one thing at a time. That's kind of annoying. So the fact that it comes with a power brick is great. Next off, let's get to the thing itself. So right here, this is actually made out of rubber and it feels really, really premium. I don't necessarily know exactly what this part is made out of. It looks like metal, but actually it isn't. It has a soft touch, and it actually sort of feels like, I actually can't really describe it. It just feels awesome. You're gonna have to feel it yourself. So enough about feeling. Right here, as you can see, it says UE. Then this is where it gets interesting. So there's a lot of hidden things in this. First off, these are volume buttons. You press this and the volume goes down. You press this and the volume goes up. Cool, right? Then on the bottom, we have this little knob thingy, which can be used for quite a few purposes, but you can also use it to hang the thing up. Then if you pull this little flap up, you will find your micro USB plug-in area. Then on top we have the power button. Press this and it will turn on. That is your Bluetooth button. Press that for approximately 3 to 4 seconds, and guess what? This thing will start searching for whichever device is near and start to pair with it. So let's go ahead and see what happens if I turn it on. That is an awesome noise, a drum roll. I'm gonna go ahead and turn that back off. Alright, so that is the thing itself and everything that comes with it. Now let's discuss sound quality. Overall, the sound quality is the best I have ever heard from a Bluetooth speaker. And I have heard, or reviewed, and listened to so many different Bluetooth speakers. This is one of the best, I really have to say. It's compact, and yet it produces so much sound. So let's start off with loudness. This thing gets really loud. If you take it outside, you have range within 50 feet. If you step out of that 50 feet, it will actually stop playing music, but to the upside, within 5 minutes, if you step back within range of this thing, it will start playing music again, so that is really cool. Then, of course, you can hear this for, I don't even know exactly how to describe it, but it gets really loud. I actually took it to a park that is near our home, and of course, I played this thing as loud as possible, probably waking up every single neighbor in the area, but it's all good. And this thing got pretty loud. I walked, let's see, halfway across the park, which was 50 feet, 60 feet, without my phone, that is, and this thing still played just as loud. It's as if I had a full home theater system blasting over there. So for the size, this thing produces a tremendous amount of sound. Now the bass does get lower and lower as you go farther and farther away, but it does sound really awesome if it's, say, lying around in your room or next to your bed and you just want to listen to music every once in a while. Then the bass is really cool. Now inside of the application for this thing, you can change the equalizer settings, so you can change it to normal room, and I believe there's bass, and then there's like a 3 or 4 other options that you can change it to equalize this thing to your needs. So that's pretty cool. I'll show you the app in a little bit. And then, of course, the trebles are good, but it is a Bluetooth speaker, so trebles are mostly meant to be heard on headphones in general, but this thing produces a great amount of sound. It gets pretty loud, and overall, I love the sound quality. Guys, I looked and looked and looked, and I really couldn't find any downsides to the speaker. It's portable, it's compact, it's not too big, it's very light, for build quality at least, and of course it sounds great, it comes with the right things, and it just in general is good. But there was one thing that I found a little bit annoying, and that is the fact that it doesn't have any input for an aux cable, and that meaning that little wire that you can attach to your iPhone, iPod, or even your computer, and link it right back directly to your speaker. That is a little annoying. Most Bluetooth speakers come with that because Bluetooth creators know that Bluetooth consumes a very large amount of battery, so if you run out of battery, I'm sorry to say, you're sort of out of luck. That is probably the only big downside I could find. So if you guys are planning on getting the best of the best Bluetooth speaker out there, this is probably what you're looking at. Now, for the price range, is it the best thing in the world? I'd say yes. The Beats Pill, I've looked at those, and those aren't that nice. I've compared those two side by side, and to tell the truth, for $200, you're wasting your money on a Beats Pill. But for $200 right here, this is something you're going to be keeping and listening to, well, I don't know, forever. So you're probably going to really, really enjoy this product. And finally, let's get to the cool thing. Now, this thing does come with an application, not on my iPod Touch. I don't know why I have my iPod Touch there. Let me go get my iPhone. Go ahead and take a look at this application, shall we? Go in here, and there it is. Cool little logo. UE Boom. Wait for that to load up. I only have 3% battery, which is very depressing, but it's all good. Oh, there you go. So these are all the different colors that you can get. Obviously, I have the white version with the neon green wiring and the neon green volume buttons. So from here on out, you can do quite a few things. You can mess around with the settings of your device and of course learn how to use it. This is of course where I figured out all the features. I'll be going through those. Double up, which means use two of these at once. Equalizer, which means you can mess around with, let's go ahead and show you. Oh wait, it's not connected, apparently I can't do that. And of course you can set your alarm. So let's go ahead and to learn, and I'll talk about some of the features that come with this. So first off, it does give you a nice little instruction manual on how to use this and where everything is located, since I know some people would be confused. I personally didn't realize that the plus and the minus were volume buttons until later on, after reading this thing. So yeah, power, how to connect, where the Bluetooth button is, everything I just went over. Alright, keep scrolling. It talks about the wire, how to charge it. Alright, this is where it gets interesting. So as you can see, one device is actually paired with two of these at once. So you can keep one in, say, your living room, and as long as you're within 50 feet of the other one, you can keep the other one in, say, your bedroom. And if you have a party, get ready to start dancing. In any case, guys, there's also sound field settings. So right here you can see that there's double sound and stereo, but I'll leave that up to you when you go ahead and check this app out if you want to. You also have speakerphone settings, which comes with almost every single thing. There's also multi-host, so if you have two of these things, or two iPhones, you can connect them easily to this thing and then switch back and forth very easily. There's an alarm feature, which is located directly inside of this application. And as I mentioned before, there is an equalizer, so you have 4 equalizer settings. There's out loud, which is best for your most environments. Then of course there's bass boost, and you guys know what that is. Then finally there's intimate spaces for small rooms, hard floors, or walls. So if you're inside, you probably want to keep that open. And finally there is vocals, and of course that's for like if you're listening to a YouTube video or a podcast or something like that. Finally, these are some of the settings, and then you can contact them. So that is mostly everything you gotta learn. That's a bunch of features, a lot of things. Here's your alarm section, equalizer section, and your double up section, along with the settings you can mess around with. But for me to use these, I do need to connect it. But I hope you got a good gist of exactly what the application can do. So let's go back to the UE Boom. Alright guys, so that was the application review. If you enjoyed that review within a review, then you should probably click that like button, and of course favorite this and show it to every single other person in the world, because this is a pretty cool pair of speaker, or just speaker in general. And if you enjoyed this video, you should probably click the subscribe button, because I have more coming up. Thank you for watching. This is going to be me, logging off.